and we are back on the airwaves, Flixters.
Yep.
So we've got episode 289, Deval.
289. Feeling fine.
Oh, yeah. Feeling fine
How's it
with,
sounding? Am I sounding okay with my little,
man.
blue Yeti?
I was just about to say, man, Blue Yeti, the Sasquatch, you name it,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
The flipping Bigfoot, the Yeti, whatever, man. We've got it all on this episode.
We actually have, yeah.
We actually have. That's not even funny. It's not even a joke. So listen, folks. Look, you've downloaded episode 289. We are the Flixters. Deval and I. We've been doing this for 6 years. This isn't our first rodeo, so stick with us. We've got film reviews. We've got film news. We've got trailers, streaming. You name it. We're going to throw it all at you for the next half an hour, 45 minutes. So stick with us.
Yep.
And, we'll throw in that film review a bit later on. So the big movie there is Bad Boys Ride or Die. A bit like Deval and I. We're the bad
That's
boys.
it.
We ride or die,
Exactly.
man. You know what? Those guys have been doing it for years. We've been doing it for years. So we'll see who comes out on top. So listen, before we get into all of that goodness, Deval, please do the shout outs for us.
Yes, we've got a handful of shout outs this week. First one goes out to Mohammed Kamel. So you can go and check out his Instagram. I'm Mo Kamel. And we actually put a little clip on Instagram, which we're going to start doing a bit more. I know we're quite bad with Instagram and social media, but we'll put on a bit more. And a little clip about the interview that we had with him a few weeks ago. He's an actor. He's been on The Crown. He's been in Indiana Jones. A bunch of other things that he's done as well, and things that he's gonna have coming out soon as well. But big shout out to him. He said thank you very much for that. Really good having him on the show. And also we had his friend as well come on the show. Ainsley came on the show a few weeks after that, so we're going to put some more clips on from that interview. And just a few more interviews from people behind the camera, in front of the camera, all that kind of stuff, just to give you a full perspective of the movie world, basically. So big shout out to Mohammed. So next shout out goes to Bath79. So he again gave us a shout out on Instagram. He loves his movies. I know he has booked his Deadpool tickets. I know he has. So I know he's a Marvel man. He loves it. So big shout out to you, Bath79.
Wicked.
And our last shout out goes to our very own Ciel Noir 3. Exactly. You know Ciel Noir 3. Go check out her Instagram page. We always tell you she's a breath of fresh air, very positive, loves music, Afro beats, lifestyle, keeping healthy, keeping happy, all that kind of stuff. I always say to you, it's a guarantee. Go check out her page. However you're feeling, you're going to feel a lot better afterwards. So big shout out to Ciel Noir 3. So those are the shout outs for this week.
All right. Brilliant. Let's get into movie news. And Deval, I mean, you know what? This is the thing with Deval and I. Deval and I started this episode an hour ago because we've just been talking shit, chewing the fat. And I totally forgot to put some stuff on there. But we're going to start off with this one. We're going to start off with this one about Michael B. Jordan. Now, listen, man, Michael B. Jordan's career has just basically gone from strength to strength. We've seen him in kind of, The Wire. We've seen him in Fruitvale Station. We've seen him in Creed. We've seen him in Marvel movies. But listen, I mean, and what was the one he did recently with there was kind of like where he played like a spy. It was a spy thriller thing. Remember, it was on Amazon.
It was like I want to say it was
Jack Ryan
Reacher.
type.
Jack, one of those ones.
That was it. It was kind of in that universe. So he's clearly kind of action superstar, great and everything. So why is he in our news, Deval?
So Michael B. Jordan, the guy's got muscles for days. He's good at whatever he does. Killmonger for me is still one of his best roles, as well as Fruitvale Station. You got to watch Fruitvale Station, and obviously him boxing in Creed, Gangster. You watch that film, you need to go to the gym afterwards. I don't care what you look like. But so what I'm hearing is that he's going to be playing the new Hercules in the live action sort of Disney retelling. As we know, Disney love to redo their IP. And we've seen The Lion King in live action. We saw Aladdin with Will Smith, live action. What do we see? Mulan, live action. We've seen a bunch of stuff coming out live action. and it seems like Hercules is just going to follow on that trend. So I've seen an image. It's like a
Mm,
fan made image, I think, of him looking very Herculaic, if that's the word.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he does seem to fit the bill. Whether it actually does happen, I mean, this is I don't know. I don't think Disney have actually come out and said it yet. I
No,
could be wrong on that, but it's one of those ones that you just think if the audience, if the supporters, if the people want it to happen, sometimes they make it happen from
man,
mass support.
it's what happened with Deadpool. Remember they leaked
Yes,
the
exactly.
first like
Yes,
that clip
yes.
and everything, and then people went they lost their shit, and
Yep.
they were like, okay, let's make this movie so it can
Hmm.
definitely happen. And Michael B. Jordan, man, he's a rising star, and let's not forget, I mean, he directed Creed
Yep.
3.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Creed 4. I think we might have even mentioned it on the
Mm.
show as well. So watch out, folks. More of Michael B. Jordan coming along. Now, listen, I want to quickly sneak this one on there, Deval. Um, Jordan Peele. Now, obviously, Jordan Peele, he's kind of, been in the industry for a while, doing comedy, and then he kind of segued into kind of the horror
Mm.
genre, thriller genre, with Us and with Get Out, and then he did the what was the sci-fi one he did with
Nope.
Nope, which is brilliant, which is that whole concept of like Nope,
Uh, aliens,
aliens,
UFOs, and
exactly. So the rumor here is, Deval, whether or not you want to believe this, is that Jordan Peele reportedly has been approached for a Marvel project. Now, hang on, you're probably thinking, yeah, I
mm,
could see this happening
mm,
maybe. So Jordan Peele collaborating with MCU, he's no stranger to kind of like big budget movies. He knows how to kind of work behind the camera. So
mm,
maybe phase 5, maybe we could see him in a phase 5 movie develop, because we don't know what's going on with
mm.
Kang. We don't know what's going on. They've kind of cut back, and maybe they want to bring on talented film directors.
Trying to think in what kind of film,
Hmm.
what kind of character would he sort of lean towards? I don't know. I mean, I know Blade has been having a few issues. I don't
Yes.
know if Blade could be the one because I guess is that horror? I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't
Mm.
know. I'm actually speechless. I don't know. I don't know how he would. I can't see him fitting into a Marvel. I prefer Marvel to be either sort of well-known action
Yeah.
type, people, because that, even though Marvel isn't 100% action, but we do go there for the set pieces. It is superhero
Yeah.
kind of stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe one of those more independent directors that haven't had that big stage yet that
Yeah.
can do a good job. So, like I'm
Yeah.
talking about people like the couple of guys that did Everything Everywhere All at Once. I can see them
Yeah.
doing a great Marvel film, but I think that fell apart.
Mm.
So
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not
Uh,
saying he can't do a good job. I just can't see where it fits.
yeah. Because the other piece of news is the kind of Sean Levy or Levi. I mean, he's the
Mm,
guy who's directed Deadpool and Wolverine. And what they're saying
mm.
is they've also thinking about signing him on to do Avengers 5.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So, or the next
Mm.
big, whatever the next big Avengers movie is,
Secret
depending on,
Wars or
yeah,
something
Secret
maybe,
Wars or
or
something. So, depending on how well, obviously, Deadpool is received, because it's got hype. Let's
mm.
come on. We've already got our tickets for this, Deval, you and I,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
um, alongside the other millions of people around the world who are going to be watching this next month. I mean, can you see Deadpool failing?
No, I can't because there's
Mm,
too much hype around it. Ryan Reynolds, he's very, very liked, and Hugh
yeah,
Jackman is as well, and Deadpool and Wolverine. Wolverine's one of the most liked Marvel characters
massive.
ever. So I can't see it failing.
Yeah,
Whether it does records, that's something to be. I don't know, that's something to be seen. But yeah, I've already booked it twice, so I'm
yeah.
at least gonna, I guess, help with the
You're
figures.
helping them, yeah, exactly, with that one. So listen, look, folks, I mean, yeah, we've kept it a bit short on this week's episode just so that we can kind of get to the other stuff, but we'll keep it low with the Flixters. We will let you know other movie news. I mean, we've been pretty Marvel light these past like few months, right, Devar?
Yeah, yeah. I
We
think
haven't really
Marvel.
spoken about Marvel.
We needed to go on a bit of a Marvel diet, a bit of a
Yeah,
Marvel, detox because it just wasn't. didn't feel good in the system, you know.
Exactly. But I mean, look, Deadpool's just around the corner, so we'll see what happens with that one. All right, let's move on now. New on streaming. Oh, I've got to speak about this, and loads of people are speaking about this as well. The Acolyte that just dropped. Deval and I, we mentioned this from months ago. You know, where the trailer was dropped and everything, and Deval, it's probably, you know what I love about it, or what I like about it, is the pacing of the show. Is it's not your kind of dark and you're brooding, like, you know, you're like your Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Mm,
It took its time. The Mandalorian season 3 kind of took its time, and it kind of had some. This one, I really like the fact that as soon as the show starts, it's
mm,
like in your face. We've got a kill. We've got a bad person.
mm.
She's out there, out for, you know, getting the Jedis, and we see the history. This is set 100 years before the events of Star Wars episode Phantom episode 1 or whatever it is, and there's loads of Jedis out and about. And
Mm.
man, they done away with Trinity in the first flipping
I
20
was
minutes. I
gutted. I was
was
like,
like, what?
when I saw her in the trailer, I was like, oh yeah, Trinity's back. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they just dealt with her, and I'm like, huh? But how many
What?
Star Wars films have we, or series have we seen where someone gets stabbed and they live? You remember
Oh
in,
yeah, that's true.
which one was it? Ahsoka, when
Yes.
Sabine, she got lightsabered in the
Yep.
body, and
But
2 days
then,
later she was out of bed and she was all
yeah.
right.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. I know. So is she really, I don't know, Indara, is she really, really dead? I don't, we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, the lead in this, I've seen her in a few other things. She was in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Yeah,
She, she's done a few other things, but I think she's
yeah.
a strong lead, strong character. That whole thing about being a dyad in the Star Wars universe, which is the kind of the opposite of, you know, you got the good side and the bad side. We've
Okay.
already seen it with Ray and
Mm,
what's his name, Kylo Ren. Remember,
mm,
they could force feel each
mm,
other,
mm,
and you know
mm.
they're kind of doing all that sort of stuff. We've got the guy from Squid Game. He's like Master Soul, and we've got like a few other Padawans and
Yeah, I was thinking where I know him from.
from
That's
Squid Game.
him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know
And
if
then
you
the,
got
the,
this.
the young girls from Logan. That's
That's
X23.
her. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
her
that's
from X-23.
X23.
I
Yeah.
wonder if she'll show up in Deadpool. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But what I get from this one is Devout is, I think Master Soul, he's connected to that whole incident.
Do you reckon?
I
Oh, as in,
reckon
as in, like he's on the list, you mean?
I reckon he's on the
Oh, yeah,
list.
yeah, yeah. He's on the
Yeah,
list. I think
yeah,
she said it. I think she said he's on the list. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and at some point, I reckon, you know, something's gonna happen to him, and then it's probably gonna be the good. It's gonna probably be the good Jedi is gonna have to
Mm.
do it or something. I don't know,
I
but I
want to
can
know what
see
the
where it's
incident
going.
was. Like, what happened on that station that they were all
Mm,
based at? What happened? What was the situation? Because
yeah,
they're twins, and the naughty twin, she's got some serious beef, and I
massive
want to know
beef.
what happened. You know, I mean, and
Yeah,
she was supposed to have burned to death. She looks
yeah.
good. I can't
She's
see no
really great.
burns on her.
I know. I love the bit when whenever she approaches a Jedi, she's like, "I'm unarmed, so fight me,"
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that. I
yeah,
just like
yeah.
she's taking it to them. And then in that second episode, she goes up to that master and he's meditating. This
And
guy,
he's got a force field around him too. I could use that on the tube here in
uh,
London.
trust me.
I'm telling you.
So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, obviously we'll have to wait and see. It's only been 2 episodes, but we'll keep watching it. I mean, what did you make
Mm.
of it generally on the whole?
Do you know what? My expectations with Star Wars and Marvel, to be honest, is low.
Mm,
So I
yeah.
can't be disappointed. But I think a lot of people have vocalized their disappointment. A lot of
Mm,
people don't like this show. For me,
yeah.
it's already low. So I just watch it with a empty mind and enjoyment. So far, I'm enjoying it for what it is. It just
Yeah.
is what it is. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not like, Stone Cold classic, but we'll have to wait and see
Mm.
how it all pans
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah.
I just like the pacing of it. It's not slow. It
Okay.
just kind of
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and we know exactly who's who and what's what. And
Mm.
we'll kind of figure it all out as long as the show goes on. So listen, that is the Acolyte. That's on Disney Plus. Go check it out. Now the other one, Deval, what have you got on there?
Yeah, this one's this
Hmm.
one's called. It's a long title. It's on Netflix. The
Yeah,
footballer, his wife, and the crash.
yeah. This is mad.
Yeah, this one just came out. This one is about, when I say footballer, for the American audience, soccer.
Soccer.
So yeah, so basically a footballer, well-known footballer here in the UK called J. Lloyd Samuel.
Hmm.
Don't know if you remember him, J. Lloyd
No, I
Samuel.
don't remember him
Played for
actually.
Aston Villa
Yeah.
as a right back.
And what, he had got into a crash and
Yeah, he kind of reminds you of Ashley Young a little bit. He's got that sort of
okay.
look,
Yeah.
but he's played for Aston Villa and Bolton. This is from like the mid 2000s, and he played
Yeah.
for England as well. Actually,
No, is this the one who got done for fraud or something?
no, no, not him. No, no,
No, no, no, no, no, no.
no.
Okay.
But this one here, yeah. So he was like, he's a footballer who was quite good and stuff. Played for the
Mm,
top teams, and he basically it's a long, it's an hour documentary, so it's not too long. It does get to
mm,
the point,
yeah.
but he was having issues in his life and so on, and he got into a bit of gambling and stuff, and him and his missus didn't really work out properly.
Yeah.
He had to, he got injured as well, and he couldn't get a new contract, so he
Shit.
went abroad, went to the Middle East, started playing there,
Yeah.
and he didn't just sign a contract for a football club; he got a new wife as well. Yeah, he got a new wife.
Shit.
So he got a new wife, and so he had two wives, one
Damn.
in the UK. He got three kids, and then one there
In the Middle East.
in
Yeah, yeah.
Tehran. I think in Iran. He
Yeah.
actually converted to Islam as well.
Did he? Damn. Of all
Yeah,
the places, man.
yeah,
Tehran.
convert because you can't marry a woman there if you're not Muslim.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So that's what he did. But yeah, it's a very sad story actually because he actually passed away in a car crash.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
so this is 2018, and this was in the news. I mean, this was public knowledge and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Everyone knew about it. So there was lots of stuff that happened that came out after the car crash that not many people knew, and
Mm.
people are saying that he might be still alive because the body that was in the car wasn't his. I didn't know
Oh,
this until I saw the documentary. When there's
shit.
lots of accusations because he had all these debts, and people are thinking that he just did it to escape or
To,
whatever.
yeah, evade
But I
and
doubt
fight.
that's
Yeah.
true. But yeah, it's an interesting documentary, and it's
Yeah.
just
Sounds
a
interesting.
lot of stuff I just had no idea. But obviously, you can't believe everything you see on Netflix, like a baby
Mm.
reindeer. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But yeah, it's just an interesting watch. So go give that a watch if you've got an hour. It's only an hour, so it's
Yeah.
not too much.
That's not so bad. Talking of Baby Reindeer, apparently she's suing Netflix for like about
Yeah,
30
yeah, yeah,
million
yeah,
or something.
yeah. And she'll get money. Trust me, she will get some money. I
Yeah,
reckon they'll
yeah,
settle out
yeah.
of court.
Oh, absolutely, man. There'll
Mm,
be something there. So go check those out. There's one more thing that I watched actually on Friday. It's a new
mm,
movie on Netflix called The Hitman. I saw it, so at some point I will
mm.
review it.
Okay.
Interesting movie, and it stars
Mm,
the guy. It's this guy actor called Glenn Powell. We've
okay.
seen him in he was in Top Gun Maverick, and he's going to be
Mm.
in the new Twisters movie.
Oh, him. He's the son of the guy from Independence Day, the president that was in Independence Day.
Oh, is
That's his
it?
son. Yeah, real life. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Mm.
this guy, he's got. I tell you what, it's all right. It's kind of like a it's kind of like a quirky little independent movie. But at some
Okay.
point, I will kind of speak about it. But that's out now. Let's move on to trailers, and we got to speak about this. So this is going to
Mm.
be the last in the Venom trilogy. So this is
Oh,
Venom: The
thank
Last
you.
Dance, and then
Thank you.
Devour. This movie, this franchise is just a madness. By the way, the first movie, there wasn't anything special about the
Mm.
first movie, right? It just it took a lot of money. It was
Yeah,
R rated,
yeah.
and people went out to watch it, I guess, because it was bonkers, it was
Mm.
balmy, you
Mm.
know, Tom Hardy, and everything. It did about 700 or 800 million at the box office. So naturally, they're going to do a sequel. The sequel was shit, basically. And
Mm.
so Tom Hardy then was like, listen, you can't just leave it at part two. You got to give me one more try at it and let's go out on a bang. And this is that bang. This is called The Last Dance. Venom, Eddie Brock. There's more of the symbiotes. They're coming to the UK. Then he's got the US Army chasing him. There's the other guy, the one from Boiling Point.
Stephen Graham, the
Stephen-
Liverpool actor, he's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So
Yeah,
he's got some sort of symbiote in him
yeah,
as well, apparently. And
yeah.
it's just madness.
This I'm gonna watch it just because,
Yeah,
but
we got yeah.
this doesn't look. They're getting progressively worse. The first one, like you said, wasn't great, but
Mm.
it done really good at the box office. $800,000.
Uh,
Sorry, 800
800 million.
$800 million. Sorry, yeah,
Yeah,
$800 million. So because of that, got greenlit for a second, now
yeah,
a third. This is not going to do well. I can tell you that
no,
already. I
yeah,
can tell you that already. I'm not looking forward to it.
yeah. And I know, man, I know. But I mean, look,
It's
the
too
trailers
much.
out there.
It's too much.
It's
The way the symbiotes are, they're so big. Like they look invincible. They're flipping around. They're changing shape, and it's like a
how
cartoon. It's
I
like a
know.
cartoon.
This is what I don't get. And and also they brought in Baron Mordor.
Oh, chew to
Chewie.
Edgefor.
Chewie.
Yeah.
They've got Chewie to Edgefor with the boots of
Uh,
flipping. Um, they got him in it as well now, and I'm like, what? Like
the staff
the
of the
staff
River
of the
Tribunal.
funeral. They got him involved, and I was like, okay, this is he's just jumping from there to there to there to there. But anyway, so go check it out. That is Venom. Now the other one, the other big one,
Oh my god.
Alien movie that's going to be coming out. I think it's at August time or something like that. Is Alien Romulus,
Mm,
and now obviously the hype around aliens is always going to get the hype, right? Because
mhm,
the classic aliens movie, alien part, alien and then aliens,
yeah.
James
Funny,
Cameron,
funny enough, I watched Alien 3 the other day. It came on
yeah,
regular telly, just and
yeah,
it was just on. I was flicking, I saw it, and I don't know why. Anytime that comes on, I
you
watch
just
it.
got to watch it, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when you think of Aliens 3, it's so different to Aliens 2. So some people felt let down, but
Mm.
Aliens 3
It's got that
is
atmosphere.
it's scary. Imagine you're in
Oh
a
man,
prison on a lonely planet. You got no
yep,
guns
I
and there's an
know.
alien running around. One woman, all these rapists and murderers in one
Yep,
place.
yep.
That's scary. Do you know what? That
Of
film needs
course,
more respect, you know?
I know. And it was David Fincher, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, David Fincher, and apparently the
Mate,
studios they got involved and they didn't like his cut, and then there's a
good film.
apparently there's a David Fincher cut out there somewhere, but
Oh, love to see that.
we won't get to
Yeah.
see it. But so we've got this one now, and this is this is Fede Alvarez, who's
Mm,
kind of this horror director, Don't Breathe,
mm.
and I
Evil
can't remember
Dead
what Evil
2013.
Evil Dead. So
Yeah.
gore. This one's probably going to
Mm,
have a lot of gore in it.
yep.
Similar storyline, they're holed up somewhere, the face huggers get released and they start getting infected, and then
Mm,
we get to see the aliens. So now I don't know about you, Deval. We've already had Aliens Covenant, and we had
mm.
Aliens
Prometheus or
Prometheus.
mm.
They kind of they didn't hit obviously the right notes. I haven't got an expectation on this, to be honest with you.
Me too. But funnily enough, I kind of trust the director on this one
Mm.
because of his
It's
track
his
record. So
because of his track record, yeah.
I'm trying to keep my expectations low, so when I watch it, I can be really surprised by it. But
Mm.
I've got a feeling I'm going to enjoy it. I've
Yeah,
got a
that
feeling I'm going to enjoy it.
atmospheric.
Yeah, I just like the feel of it so far.
Mm.
So I reckon it won't be shit. I can say to you now, it's not going to be shit.
Yeah.
That I'm confident with. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
I want a blend of that whole thing of the scariness, the kind
Mm,
of
mm,
shit. What are the where are these things going to come from? And because
mm.
I think we know a bit more about the aliens and the kind of the lore, the alien lore. So
Yeah, acid
I
for
think
blood and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah, man, it's
yeah,
like so we'll see what happens with that one. Now this other movie that Deval put on here, I typed this in and I was like, what is this movie, right? Trust me, this is the weirdest movie. First of all, the title is this Sasquatch Sunrise. And Sasquatch, like, I don't know, the abominable snowman, the Yeti,
actually, do you know what?
Bigfoot.
On that, Abominable Snowman, Yeti, Bigfoot, Sasquatch. Those are different terms for the same thing.
Same thing.
But does it depend on
Where in
where
the
they're
world?
located? Yes, I think they are. So I think Yeti might be like the Japanese kind of
Yeah,
Chinese
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
Asian
yeah.
area.
And
About
then
Bigfoot,
abominable snowman. So Bigfoot is America.
American. Abominable
Yeah,
Snowman's going to be like near the Arctic or maybe
Arctic,
Canada or something. I don't
or
know.
something like that. And
And
then
then
what's the other
what's
one?
Sasquatch then? What's
It's
Sasquatch?
Sasquatch is
Canadian.
Canadian.
Is it?
Yeah, Sasquatch Canadian.
Every day is a school day. Oh my
And then this
gosh.
one, I mean, when I saw, I was like thinking, who are these
Uh,
actors? I know Jesse Eisenberg's one of the
yeah,
things in
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
I can't remember who the other guys are, but there's no dialogue in this trailer.
no
It's a
dialogue.
couple,
Yeah,
no dialogue. These Sasquatch things, these Neanderthal things, walking around, and people are calling it the like
it's
an
mad.
indie, like a
Yeah,
charm. Like you
Bleecker
go
Street.
in, yeah,
Bleecker Street's like I think it's almost like an A24 kind
yeah,
of studio a little bit. But this one, it's got also Riley Keough. Can't say her surname,
okay,
but she was also in. She was in Mad Max Fury Road, and she was also
right,
in It Comes at Night, which was A24 film.
yeah,
But this one was actually brought to us by Zakharov. He found this hidden gem. He's a hidden gem
wow,
farmer. My man farms hidden gems
exactly.
on his garden like every day. So he found
Oh
this one. So
man,
thanks Zakharov. But this
wicked,
this one's gonna be. He said to me, he's seen this. He said, "This is the weirdest, craziest film."
yeah,
That's it.
okay.
The weirdest,
We'll,
craziest film, but
we
worth
gotta
a
watch it.
watch. Yeah,
We gotta watch it.
Sasquatch Sunset. Why is it a sunset?
Yeah. What are these guys doing? Are they like? It's just weird, like when you see them and what they're doing, and so yeah, we love those quirky kind of A24 type of movies, like
Mm.
independent, and maybe there's a deep message in there um, along the way. So listen, go check out those trailers. Now we have to move on to anniversary corner. So this one from 10 years ago, 2014. And just Devour, remind me again about this one. This is Ride Along. I can't remember if I've seen this one.
Yeah, this is Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. So this,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I don't think I saw it, but I know which one you're talking about actually.
yeah. So there's Ride Along 1 and Ride Along 2. There was a
Yeah.
sequel. I don't think there was a Ride Along 3. I don't think.
Okay.
But this is 2014, 10 years old. Basically, Ice Cube is the cop, but he takes Kevin Hart for his ride along because I think
Right.
Kevin Hart wants to propose to Ice Cube's sister.
Okay.
I think Ice Cube wants to, or Kevin Hart wants to prove himself as a man
Mm,
for Ice Cube's sister. So Ice Cube said, "Okay, come along, prove yourself. Let's go for a ride along in Atlanta, 24 hours. If you can make this, then you're a
yeah.
man."
Yeah.
So it's a comedy, Kevin Hart's involved. It's just a comedy. So Ice
Mm,
Cube, Kevin Hart, John Leguizamo,
yeah.
Tika Sumta,
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne's in this as well. So that's the main sort of cast. Directed by Tim Story. So Tim Story, he's directed many films, including Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
Barbershop, Think Like a Man,
Wow.
Taxi. So he's done his thing. So it's a comedy. It's a good comedy. I think the first
Mm,
one's better than the second one.
yeah. 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 And I was just looking. I was just done a quick Wikipedia search on it. Man, the movie made money.
Yep,
The
yep.
movie made money, and maybe I don't know, the second one didn't do well, but I didn't know this, but Ice Cube, he has his own production company and he produced this as well.
Yeah. I mean, the budget was $25 million. It made altogether worldwide $154 million. So it's
Ooh.
more than what is it, 6x?
Uh,
It's good.
it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So go check that one out. And the reason why we kind of added it in there, because it's kind of a bit of a similar flavor to the
Mm.
main movie that we're going to be speaking
Buddy
about, which is
cops.
Buddy. Exactly that. And they're kind of the ride along, getting in a car and, you know, riffing off of each other. And, there's a history of that in Hollywood
Mm.
movies and everything. So this is Bad Boys Ride or Die. Now, genuinely, Deval, I really thought the last Bad Boys movie that we got, I thought that was going to be it.
Well,
But the
money
reception,
talks. Yeah,
but
money
that's what I'm saying.
talks.
The reception, the money, has obviously led on to this. Now, here's the thing, though. This has come pretty quickly after the release of that one.
Yeah, so the last one was 2 years ago, I want to say.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2 years ago.
which
Yeah,
I
so
thought,
yeah, it's
because
quite quick. Yeah.
it's quite quick, because normally, because that fourth one, it took a long time for them to come up with that last one.
Yeah. So, what I mean, the between the second and third, you mean?
Yeah, the second and third one. Sorry, yeah.
Yes, the second one came out in 2003, I want to say, and
Mm-hmm.
then Bad Boys for Life came out, last year. So that's a
Couple
big
of
gap.
years, yeah, massive gap, man, massive gap.
Yeah.
So, so this is Bad Boys for Life. So, Lowry and Burnett, they're back again, doing their
Like
thing.
Lowry.
I know, but is this going to be the last one?
No, there'll be a last one. And I think the last one would be called what? I thought this one was going to be called Bad Boys Forever. No, sorry, Bad Boys for
Oh,
Life. I reckon that should have been the last title, Bad
Bad
Boys
Boys,
for
and
Life.
then it's ended, and that's it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's a better title to end it on. But now they've got to think of a better title. So this one's called Bad Boys Ride or Die. The
hmm,
next one's going to be called what? Bad Boys what? Forever.
but, yeah, and it's the same
Mm.
guys, Erdil, Al Arbi, and
Yeah,
Bilal. Those guys, I
yeah.
thought they weren't going to be. I thought there was some sort of something happened, but yeah. Anyway, so listen, look, you went out and you watched this.
Mhm.
Give us the setup, and then crucially, let us know what you thought.
Yeah, so do you know what? I did not realize Vanessa Hudgens, isn't she like the high school musical person?
Yes, yep, she is one of those
She's
High
the
School
pop.
Musical.
I did not know that was even her.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, so this one, the Bad Boys Ride or Die, basically takes place not so long after Bad Boys what's it called again? Bad
Bad
Boys for
Boys,
Life.
Boys for Life. Yeah,
Yeah, so it doesn't take place too long after that. It's basically the chief that died in the last Bad Boys film.
yep, yep.
His reputation is being tarnished because someone is making him look like being some sort of dirty cop,
Corrupt.
and
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
taking money from here, there, and
Mm,
he was just doing a lot of bad shit, which ruined his name. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, they loved him. Everyone loved him,
yeah.
so they're taking it personally, and they really want to find out now who's tarnishing his name. So basically, them two go on a campaign to find out which
Mm,
organization is doing this, and it sort of brings them along to a guy called Eric Dane, who's James McGrath, I think his name is. We've seen him around in
right.
lots of films before,
Yeah,
but
yeah, 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 yeah.
he's a big character. I think he's in this film. I think he might be ex-military or something like that.
Okay.
So it's basically him and Ewan Griffith, who actually used to be. We mentioned Fantastic Four before.
He was
Richard, what's his name?
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards, yeah, Mr. Fantastic.
Yep.
So he's a like a mayor in this film,
Mm,
and he's very influential. I think also the captain helped him to get to that stage. So everyone's
yeah.
saying, like, the captain helped you all to get to the stage. Why are you now putting him out to be some sort of bad guy? And they're like,
Mm,
oh, we just got to do our job. We just got to do our job. So the mayor is working behind the scenes with this corrupt sort of military guy
hmm.
who are all sort of doing things to fill their own pockets, but make the captain look bad. So these people are some really deep people. They're working with the cartels and stuff like that, and they're working with some real heavy hitters, and they're leaving bodies. Like they're actually killing other so-called bad people,
Right, right,
bad
right.
boys. So
Mm,
it's almost like they're killing at each other. And they're making the bad boys look bad when they themselves are the badder ones, the government.
mm,
Do you know what I mean?
mhm.
So it's a
Yeah,
bit mad. So basically, long story short is, yeah. So Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, and their little team, they go out investigating to see who's doing it bit by bit. As they get closer, they're collecting bodies because as they get close to
mm.
someone who can actually tell them what's going on, that person ends up dead.
It gets off. Yeah.
Bullets fly in, all that kind of stuff.
Mm,
So that's the main sort of gist of trying to. That's the main, I guess, story
yeah.
interweaved with all of that. So Will Smith, he gets married. He gets
Oh
married. Yeah, he
shit!
gets married. Like Mike Lowry's off the market, so he gets married.
Yeah.
This is early on in the film, actually, and he's
Right.
also suffering with anxiety or panic attacks. So throughout the film, when things get heavy, he starts to have these like panic attacks, and he's like,
Okay.
he's like, it's the stress and it's the guilt
See,
that
they've
he
changed
believes.
that, haven't they? They've changed that for his
Yeah,
character.
yeah, because he believes that his captain died under his watch, and it's his fault. Because remember,
Okay, I
he
gotcha.
died. He was in his vicinity. I think he was with him at the time.
Yeah.
So he feels guilty for that, and he's got that anxiety still.
Mm.
Martin Lawrence obviously still is out of shape. He can't really do a lot. He has a near-death experience in this film, a very, very
Eh,
near-death experience, which
okay.
he actually does die for a bit, comes back. But through doing that, he feels invincible because when he dies, he sees his captain. His captain has a chat with him and says, "It's not your time. It's not your time." So then he comes
Time.
back and thinks, "I'm not going to die." So
Oh,
certain gun shoots and certain things, he reckons he's all right. He's
yeah,
bulletproof, so
he's
he could,
invincible. Yeah,
could just stand up and start shooting, knowing that he's not going to die. And we know he's not going to die because he's the star of the film.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's a bit mad. So you get those sort of subplots that are interweaved within the main plot. Again, it's a bit, it's more of the same.
More of
If
the
you
same.
like Bad Boys, it's more of the same. I
Right.
wouldn't say it's better
Mm.
than what we've seen before, especially the most recent one. It's pretty much the same. They could all be, the two recent ones could be one long movie.
One, yeah, 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 yeah.
One long movie. It's got the same vibe as the Michael Bay ones. The
Right.
first
Okay.
Michael Bay actually does show up in a really quick cameo in this
Oh,
film.
really?
There's a couple of
Okay.
cameos in this film that some people will recognize. I didn't recognize one of them.
Okay.
Some TikToker was in it, but I didn't know who he was.
All right.
But yeah, it's a fun action film. When we went, the cinema was pretty much packed, so I can imagine this
Right.
is going to make some good money. It's Will
Yeah.
Smith. He always fills bums on seats most of the time. So if
Exactly.
you want a bit of fun, it's a good date movie as well. If you're going to go on a
Yep.
date, this is a good movie to take a
This is a
date
good move to
to.
take a date to. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
So,
it's fun.
so do you reckon the whole kind of Oscars thing, the slapping,
Nope,
that hasn't affected him
nope, no, it doesn't
in,
affect
in
at
terms
all.
of in terms of kind of like people are ready to go to the cinema to see
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we went, it was pretty much packed, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a Thursday, so I can imagine Friday, Saturday is going to be
Friday,
even
Saturday
more
is going to be
packed. Yeah,
even. Yeah.
so
Exactly.
I reckon it should make its money back plus some. I don't know if it's going to be like mega, but it should be all right. It
Yeah,
should be all
and
right.
it kind of keeps, like, it kind of keeps that action genre ticking over, and it's a well
Mm,
loved franchise because obviously the
yeah.
first two have got a lot of love,
Mm,
and yeah, man, I was just kind of surprised when I was looking back at the years, the release
mm,
dates. The first one was 95, the
mm.
second one was 2003,
Yeah, 8 years later.
and then 2020.
Yeah, 2022, and then 2024.
Full.
It's like waiting for a bus, isn't it? Wait 8 years, and now two come at once, or not even that, 19 years, and then two come at once.
So it's mad. So I guess, yeah, depending on obviously how this goes. But we're ready, yeah, I think we're ready back now to kind of see Will Smith, obviously not at the Oscars, but I mean he's
Mm.
making movies back again.
Oh yeah. He'll be all right. He's got other stuff in the pipeline too, so he'll be fine.
Mm,
He'll be
mm.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what would you rate this then? What would you give the Flixters rating for this?
Oh, a moderate, like six maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
That kind
six.
of that fits in with kind of some of the stuff that I've been hearing about it as well. It kind of,
Mm,
it gels with that one. All right, okay, so that is your film review for this week's episode, but we've got time for one more.
mhm,
Deval, man, I've heard this was all over the Oscars, by the way. And I've heard so much
mm,
about this,
mm.
and people have been saying, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. I just haven't had a chance to watch this. This is called The Anatomy of a Fall. And rightly so, yeah, it's on our hidden gem section. So, Deval, tell us about this.
Yeah, so this one is a bit of a hidden gem, even though it was
Mm.
nominated for lots of Oscars and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think this was in the cinema. I don't remember it
No,
being in the cinema.
not for me over here anyway.
No, it's a sort of film a lot of people just won't be on their radar. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. But this is a good film. It's on Amazon right now,
Mm.
Amazon Prime, so you can catch it for free if you got
Yeah.
Amazon, I guess. Well, not
Yeah.
for free because you still have to pay for Amazon,
Pay for
don't
it.
you?
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
ads
this
are coming soon.
ads are coming soon. Yeah,
Mm.
so that's going to be sad. But yeah, this Anatomy of a Fall is a drama based in France,
Mm.
and it's about a writer. So there's a family. So the the husband, what was his job? I think he was a teacher or something.
Right.
I think he was a teacher or a writer or something like that. And the wife is a writer, and the son is like 12 years old or 10, something like that.
Yeah.
Goes to school, obviously.
Mm.
So they live in a chalet somewhere in France where it's
Right.
quite snowy, and they're living their life. And literally, it's in the title, and I'm not going to spoil it by saying this, but the husband, he dies. He
Right.
falls from
Hmm.
the window, and he's dead.
Right.
And the film The title is a description of the events that proceed or follow, I should say, the events that follow the fall. It's the
Right.
anatomy. It's breaking down the body, the sections, and everything that happened to make the fall. Why did it
Right.
happen? Who made him fall? Did he jump? There's all of these questions that need to be answered, and there's a big legal element to this. There's a relationship like dissection, if I can
Mm.
say,
Yeah.
with this, and they look at how the husband and wife interacted before the fall. A lot comes out in court. There's conversations that are recorded that she didn't know about. A
Yep.
lot goes on, and this is it's almost like watching court TV.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like court TV, but in a movie
Yeah.
version, but in a
Right.
European style. It's not very
Yep.
flashy at all.
Mm.
It's very much character drama
Yep.
based.
Yep.
They flip between English, French quite a lot,
Oh, is it?
which I was
Okay.
surprised about. I thought it was a French film, but she speaks
Yeah.
English because basically
Right.
she's German, he's French. They live
S-
in they live in
France.
France, so they've I guess agreed that they'll have a balance, and
Right.
their neutral language will be English.
Okay. Okay.
It
Gotcha. Yeah.
comes out
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the argument. I'm thinking, why they speak in English? But it comes out later on in the arguments that was their compromise because she
Right.
didn't want to feel like she was in a foreign land too much, and she didn't have whatever. So they agreed to speak English.
Yeah.
So that's why. But yeah, it's like it comes out. There's so much that happens when you first see the fall, because the son actually discovers the dad's body. The son is
Oh.
taking the dog for a walk, and guess what the dog's called? Messi. Mad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the son's taking the dog for a walk out in the snow. He comes back home. The dad's on the floor. There's all blood on the snow. The dad's dead,
Yeah.
and he calls the mum. The mum comes out of the house, sees what's going on, calls the police. The film starts,
Right. Right. Right.
and
Right.
it's just like you're thinking,
And did
did
they
she
have
do it?
issues? Did they
They
have issues that?
at the start, you sense there's friction because there's an interview that happens at the start, but she's being interviewed by a journalist about
Yeah.
her writing. While they're at the home having the interview, my man starts playing 50 Cent loud. So then they can't have the interview. And she says, oh, he's doing it just to wind me up. So you get to understand that there's
There's
issues
this
there.
tension. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then throughout the court case, you get to see the real issues that they had. They had some shit going on.
Some shit going down. And
Yeah.
then by the end of the movie, do we get to find out what happened, or have they left it open?
You see, I didn't want to answer that question. And as like
Oh
a
man.
good interviewer, you've asked me that question.
Yeah.
So
So
what do I say now?
no, I know you're gonna, and then so it's that because I know what you'll. I kind of think I know what you'll say
Yeah.
is it the type of movie where they, those movies where they leave you hanging, or they end it in such a way in which shit, did it really happen this way, or did it happen that way? And then you leave the cinema or you leave whatever, and then you're thinking, okay, I can think about it. And then you and I, we've spoken about those movies where it's this kind of ambiguous ending. So we kind of like those endings in a way, but in this one, I'm sensing that they do get to the bottom of it. Oh shit! He's not giving anything away. Oh my gosh, this guy's not
I'm
giving anything away.
saying nothing.
Nothing.
I think it's actually not a quick film. It's like 2 hours and what is it? 2 hours and 20 minutes, something like
So they
that.
go into detail.
2.5 hours. Yeah. So there's a lot of detail, a lot of good acting. It's a good film,
Mm,
very good film. It starts
yeah.
off and you think, oh, this is not going to be good. It's a good film, but to save you not spoiling that 2.5 hours, I better not say what happens and
Okay.
the
No, I'm
outcome
gonna
because
watch it.
you need to come to your own conclusion. But
It's an Oscar. It's an
yeah,
Oscar-winning movie. So
it won
I
Oscars.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's Oscar winning. It's won an Oscar for best original screenplay.
Hmm.
It's been nominated. She got nominated for best actress and everything like that.
Yeah.
So if you go on the Wikipedia page, it's got so much. But the fact that
Mm,
we're talking about it on the Flixters, folks, you're listening about it on here. It's a hidden gem.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
we bring you these movies, so definitely worth a watch that one. And I'm going to watch it on my Amazon
Mm.
Prime subscription. All right, that is the end. 45 minutes, Devel.
45 minutes. Just to say quickly, the budget of that film was $6 million. Gross worldwide, 35 million.
That's brilliant.
Mm, crazy. Crazy.
Wouldn't that be great? What, Deval, it makes me think why you and I, maybe we could kind of write something and,
And make it
why can't we do a movie where it's just film, it's just online, where things got to happen, just where we don't have to, we use technology somehow.
a bit like. Do you remember that film we watched that time? And it was
Um,
what was it called? And
the
it was all
one,
online. Yeah, it was
yeah,
all online. The host, not the host. It was called.
searching,
It wasn't searching, but it was something like that, and it was all like
something
through
similar.
Zoom kind of
Zoom,
screens, and
yeah,
a monster was getting them or something, and they disappeared one by one.
exactly. Oh man, seriously. Bring in, we need to bring in Emmanuel. We need to bring
Yeah,
in Zakharov.
Zakharov, Ciel
Yeah,
Noir 3.
we need to bring in all the
Bring them all
guys.
in. Bring them all in. Bring in Muhammad. Bring in Ainsley.
Exactly.
Bring them all in.
Something's going to happen. All right. Okay, folks. That is the end of the show.
Yep.
Remember, keep it up with the Flixters. We've got more movies coming out. Like I said before, Hitman. I want to speak about that on next week's show. And then, Deval, we've got something big, haven't we?
Have we? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we said that there was a big movie coming out soon, man.
In
Like
June.
in June.
I can't remember there being a big one in June. I think the biggest one I can think of so far next is Deadpool, but that's July. I don't know. Oh, there's a few. Well, I guess depends if you term as big, but Watchers or The Watched, I should say. That's
Yes.
a good thriller. That's made by M Night Shyamalan's daughter.
Yep.
That should be a good film. Twister's coming out, like you mentioned.
Mm.
Maxine's coming out soon. That should be good as well. Uh,
Watchers. When is that coming out for you, by the way?
I think that's soon. That's in. I think tickets are available, so it's coming out soon. I'll just get the
Yeah.
date of when it's coming out. But
Yeah.
that
For
one,
me,
I'm looking forward to that one.
for me, I'm gonna watch that. I might watch that tomorrow actually because it's already out for me.
It's already out. Oh my
Mm.
gosh! See here, it doesn't say. Oh man.
Oh, it was Quiet Place. That was it.
Oh yeah, Quiet Place is coming out soon. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it was Quiet Place.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
it.
then we've
Yeah, I'm gonna
got
watch that.
Maxine as well. Did I remember that one?
Yep, gonna watch that. Can't wait for that one. Gonna be good.
That's coming out pretty soon. So, folks, we've got movies and TV shows coming out of our
Every
all our places.
orifice. Yeah,
Every
that's right.
orifice. All right. Okay. We'll leave you there, and we'll see you on the